Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we will look at one of the logical puzzles that was sent to us. Let us directly look into the question. There are 7 boys, A to G, alright? So 7 boys are there who participated in a game competition which started on Monday and ended on Sunday. So it has to start on a Monday and end on a Sunday, right? It can't start on a Tuesday, right? It can't start on a Wednesday. They have said that it starts on a Monday. So the first game that's supposed to be played should be played on a Monday and the last game should be played on a Sunday. In the first round of the competition, each of them played different games. So probably we'll have 7 games here because we have 7 people over here. Let's not read the games, right? You even in the exam you can skip these games and come back to them as and when required, right? But not necessarily in the same order. Obviously they are not going to make this easy for us. They like different colors, so there'll be probably 7 colors over here. Don't read all of them, but not necessarily in the same order, obviously. Okay, so now we have the conditions. B did not play. So let's do one thing. Let's make a table. So we have A, we have B, we have C, D all the way to G, right? And each of them is playing on a different day. Each of them plays a different sports, right? I think they have said it's a game, and each of them loves a different color. All right, so basically again this is the table that is given to us. We have to fill this table based on the conditions that are given. Straightforward, right? These questions are straightforward. The only thing that is difficult is you need a lot of patience. You need a lot of patience because there'll be a lot of conditions. There'll be a lot of trial and error that you'll have to do. All right, you need a lot of patience. You can't get frustrated if you are not able to figure it out immediately, right? There's no set method for this question. All you have to do is take the conditions step by step, try to analyze them and try to put those conditions in the form of a diagram, that is a table in this case, right? Actually this kind of questions are the easiest. You don't have to use your brain. There's no logic involved. You just have to read the conditions that are being given, try to analyze them and put them in the table that we just drew. All right, let's look at the first condition. The first condition states that B did not play. This one, B did not play on the day either immediately before or immediately after the game of D. Alright, so what we have to do is whenever we get such conditions, we'll do one thing. I'll take these questions below. Yeah, alright, so I have more space. Right, so whenever we get conditions, make sure that all the conditions will be in word form, right? Make sure that you draw them, right? You visualize them. So when they say that B did not play on the day immediately before or after, that means this is not a possibility, neither is this a possibility. All right, this both of this are not possible. Let's see what else is given. B did not play. D, who does not. Okay, so after a comma, who does not, as in they are defining something related to this person who is just before the comma, right? Basic grammar. Who does not like either lavender or almond or baby pink color. So D does not like almond. What else is given? Lavender. And neither does he or she like baby pink color. Baby pink color. These are not possible for D. So always whatever conditions they have given, write it in the table, right? Let's get rid of these 3 possibilities for D. So other than these 3 colors, the 4 possible colors are there for D. So there are 4 possible colors for D. Let's move on to the next condition. So we have taken care of this condition. Alright, so it's you can get rid of this condition. No need to come back to this condition unless required, right? Unless at the end of all the conditions we are still not able to figure out the table, we'll come back to that condition. 2 games were held between the game of G and F. Okay, so if G is here, 2 games are held between G and F or even this is a possibility, right? They haven't said which game is being played before the other game, right? We only know that there are two games between G and F, neither of whom played on a Monday. All right, so G, F, both, none of them played on a Monday. Get rid of Monday for both of them. So we have 5 possible suspects for a Monday. All right, so you have to go step by step. Like I said, there's no other thought process, there's nothing. This is a very mechanical question, if you say, right? There's nothing involved in this question. Maybe at the end of all the conditions there's some logic that you have to use. Apart from that, there's nothing in this kind of questions. All right, there was one game between the games of D and C. Okay, that means if this is C, one game is played between C and D, or this can be D and C can be here, right? Both are possible. Again, they haven't said which is played before whom, which other game, right? So they have just said there was one game between the games of D and C. All right, we have taken care of that as well. But C's game did not happen either on a Monday or on a Wednesday. Okay, so again, there is no game. C can't happen on a Monday or a Wednesday. Suppose C happens on a Tuesday, then if C happens on a Tuesday, then D has to happen on a Thursday. Let's write down all the possibilities. Tuesday, E, right? E has no, D only, right? D has to happen on a Thursday. So C can't happen on a Wednesday. What if C happens on a Thursday? If C happens on a Thursday, then there are two possibilities for D, right? So D can happen on a Saturday, right? If we go 2 days forward, but we can also go 2 days back, right? So if this happens on a Thursday, there is a possibility for D. The Tuesday is also a possibility for D, right? So let's do one thing. Let's get rid of this as of now. There are too many possibilities involved. Let's not get into this. Let's see the conditions that are given henceforth, and based on that we'll decide. All right, C's game did not happen either on Monday or Wednesday, so we have utilized that. We utilized as in we have represented that in our table. So let's get rid of those conditions. C likes aqua color. Okay, so we have one definite condition. First one, right? C likes aqua color and played archery. So they have even given the game. The one, okay, so this condition definitely we can get rid of. So there's nothing more to consider over here. The one who played throw ball on the last day of competition. Okay, so the throw ball game is taking place on a Sunday. So Sunday is the last day. Like I have said, we have to consider this. Started with Monday and ended on a Sunday. All right, so throw ball is taking place on Sunday. Likes amber color. Okay, so we have multiple conditions. We don't know the person who likes all this, but he plays on a Sunday. He plays throw ball, and he also likes which color? Amber, if I'm not wrong. Yes, he likes amber color. So these 3 conditions are fixed. We just have to associate these 3 conditions or parameters to a person that we don't know, right? This person definitely can't be C, right? Because C already has a sport and already has a color. Let's move on. Let's keep this on hold. We'll come back to this. E played immediately after C. All right, E played immediately after C and he likes almond color. So we have a color for E as well. E likes almond and he played immediately after C. So either E can be here or E has to be here. No other possibility, right? Let's see what else is given. Let's come back to all the conditions as and when required. As of now, I'm not cancelling any of the condition. A does not like lavender color. Okay, so there's one more guy who doesn't like lavender color, right? So there are 2 people who don't like lavender. A does not like lavender color and played river boarding. He played river boarding, whatever that is. All right. D did not play either boxing or cycling. D did not play either boxing or cycling. All right. The one who played rock climbing was scheduled immediately after the game of archery. Okay. So yes, we have archery, right? We have C as the person who plays archery. So one who played rock climbing can either, has to be E, right? Because they have made a statement. E played immediately after C and he likes almond color. So the one who played rock climbing was scheduled immediately after the game of archery. That means E has to play rock climbing, right? Simple. As of now, there's nothing, there are no tough conditions, straightforward statements. We just have to analyze those statements, not even analyze, just put them in the table, right? Exactly what is given, we are trying to put them in the table based on the other conditions that are given, right? We are trying to map them together. So the one who played rock climbing was scheduled immediately after the game of archery. Okay, so we have considered that. Means if C is taking place on a Tuesday, E has to play on a Wednesday, right? That is what they are saying. G who likes canary. So I guess canary has to be a color, because I don't know a canary as a sport. Yes, canary is a color. So G who likes canary. So there's canary over here, one more color that we can get rid of. So we have three confirmed colors: aqua, almond, canary. This person doesn't like lavender, doesn't like baby pink. So D only has two possibilities, one of which was, if I'm not mistaken, cherry, and the other one was cherry, amber. Yes, cherry or amber, right? Cherry or amber, yes. And D fits this condition as well. D can be playing on a Sunday, he can like throw ball because he doesn't like boxing or cycling, and he can like amber. So as of now, we don't know, he either likes amber or cherry. G who likes canary played on the fourth day of the competition. Okay, so they have given a day also. Now based on that we can map other days. So he played on the fourth day, starting from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So there's no other possibility. G has to play on a Thursday. No other possibility, right? But played neither archery nor tennis. So archery is fine because we already have a person who played archery. He did not play tennis. He did not play tennis. All right. So we haven't completely obviously been able to fill the table. So we'll have to look at all the conditions that are given, and based on that we'll try to fill the conditions, right? So I can see one condition here. If G is taking place on a Thursday and there are two games between F and G, so this can be a Wednesday, this can be a Tuesday, F will be a Monday. Is that possible? They have written F can't be a Monday. They have written F can't be a Monday. Therefore, no other possibility. We can't consider this. We have to consider this. G has to be Thursday over here. And in that case, F will be a Sunday. Right? F will be a Sunday. So we have got that as well. So we'll have to go step by step based on what we have used. We have used the conditions and drawn this sort of, let's call them diagrams, right? So we'll have to use this one. So we used the first one, G and F. Can we use B and D? No, we don't know anything about B and D. So can we use this one, C, E and D? We know that C and E have to be immediately after one another. So if C is not a Monday, if C is a Tuesday, let's say C is a Tuesday, let's utilize this one. If C is a Tuesday, E is a Wednesday, then this will be a Monday and D will be a Sunday, right? Can it be possible? No, because F is Sunday. This can't be possible. Let's get rid of this. C, that in that case C can't be a Tuesday. So can C be a Tuesday here? If this is Tuesday, this is Wednesday, D is Thursday. No, but we already have G as Thursday. So C definitely is not a Tuesday. C 100% is not a Tuesday, because both the conditions, we have only two possibilities. Both the conditions, both the possibilities are not being satisfied by the conditions that are given, right? So C can't be a Tuesday. So C is not a Monday, not a Wednesday. So C can't be a Thursday as well, because G is Thursday. So we have Friday left, or Saturday, because Sunday is also over here. So let's start with Friday. So if C is Friday, this E is Saturday, we have a Thursday here somewhere. Thursday can be G over here, possible, and we have D as Wednesday. we have D as Wednesday. Can it be possible? Yes, this is a possibility. Let's keep that on hold. As of now, we are not sure if that's the case, but let's keep that on hold. Can C be Friday here? If C is Friday here, then E will be Saturday, D has to be Sunday, but we have Sunday over here. So this can't be the case. This is one possibility. Let's see another possibility. Can C be Saturday? If C is Saturday, then E will be Sunday. Not possible. Again, if C is Saturday, E will be Sunday. Not possible. D will have to be Monday, which is not possible because Monday is the first day. Okay, remember that. Monday is the first day and not the last day. E has to be the last day. As in, if E is Sunday, that has to be last day. But we already have someone for Sunday, right? Get rid of this. We have only one possibility, that is this. So I hope you have understood how we got rid of all the possibilities for C and E step by step. We started with Tuesday because Monday and Wednesday they are not possible, right? Monday and Wednesday are not possible. We started with Tuesday. We gave Tuesday to C in both the cases, right? Let me bring the yes. So we gave Tuesday to C in both the cases. If we gave Tuesday over here, we had Thursday for D, which is not possible because we already have G as Thursday. So the conditions were not being met for either of these possibilities. So definitely C can't be a Tuesday. If C is not Tuesday, they have said that C can't be a Monday, C can't be a Wednesday, C definitely can't be a Thursday because we have already alerted Thursday to G. So C has to be Friday or Saturday, and we tried giving C Friday. In this condition it was possible. For this possibility all the conditions were being met, but for this possibility it was not happening, right? The conditions were not being met. If this is Friday, D was Sunday, which is not possible as F is Sunday. So we kept this on hold. Then we tried giving C Saturday because that is another possibility, but if we give C Saturday, E will have to be Sunday, which is not possible because F is Sunday, and in that case this is definitely not possible because again E is also Sunday. We get D Monday, which is not possible because Sunday has to be the last port. Then get rid of this, get rid of everything else. We have only one possibility. C has to be a Friday. If C is Friday, we got D as Wednesday. So slowly we are able to complete the table. Then we have E as Saturday. Alright, E as Saturday. Now we are left with A and B. Alright, do we have any conditions for? And yes, we have to take into consideration this also. So B and D can't be immediately after one another. So if D is Wednesday, B can't be Thursday, but we already have Thursday here. So B can't be Tuesday, and Tuesday is the one which is remaining. So this has to be Tuesday, no other possibility. What else is left? We have Monday left. So I hope you have understood how we were able to completely fill the table for the day, right? The day column, right? So we have Monday, Tuesday, yes, we have all the days. Alright, so based on these conditions, therefore I said that it's better if you draw these diagrams, right? They help you visualize. You don't have to go back to the conditions all the time, because the thing is, when you're writing the exam, the questions will be on the screen. You can write these points in the rough book that they give you. So it will be easier for you to solve the questions rather than looking at the screen, right? It's easier to look at the rough page or rough book, whatever is given to you. All right. So what else is given to us now? Let's look at, we have this thing, Sunday, throw ball, amber. So this is definitely throw ball, amber, right? So we have the color amber. There was only one color left for D then, because D doesn't like almond. All right, lavender, baby pink, amber, canary, aqua are already here. So the only color I think was cherry, right? So cherry has to be here. So we have taken care of 5 colors. Total there are 7 colors. This person does not like lavender, so lavender has to be here. No other possibility. So apart from the 6 colors that we have, which other color is left? Yes, baby pink, right? Baby pink is left. Baby pink. So we have successfully easily completed the color column as well. I hope you have understood that. So now only one thing is left, that is the column of the game. So tennis, this person does not like tennis. All right, who likes this person also does not like boxing or cycling, right? So we have only three sports left now: boxing, cycling, tennis. How do I know that? Because we have only three places left: one, this one, this one, and this one. So this person does not like tennis, so he or she likes boxing or cycling. This person likes any one of the games from the three, but this person does not like boxing or cycling, so he definitely has to like tennis, no other possibility, right? So this person likes boxing or cycling. They haven't given a condition for this. This person likes, if B likes boxing, this person likes cycling. If B likes cycling, this person likes boxing. Let's see if they have given any conditions for the game. B did not play on the day. Okay. No, they haven't said anything about the sport. Two games were held between the game of G and F. I don't think they have given that because we have drawn all the conditions, right? That is why also you have to draw all the conditions here in the form of diagram, in the form of visualization, so that you don't have to go to the conditions time and again, right? It's tiresome. All right, I hope you have understood what we have done. So once you get the table, the questions then become a formality, right? I hope you have understood. If you have any doubts, always you can ask in the comment section, right? And I hope you have understood. There's no, as such, there's no logic involved in this. Bits and pieces of logic here and there, as in you have to immediately go here, right? If you have taken care of D, that is D has to happen on a Wednesday, then B can't be a Tuesday or a Thursday, right? You have to immediately go to this kind of diagrams. Once you have fixed D, you need to go to the diagram that has D. Okay, so D and B can't be one after the other. So B can't be a Tuesday or a Thursday. So there were only two possibilities. So B has to be a Monday. Alright, so step by step. You need a lot of patience, I agree, but this kind of questions are not difficult. They are tiresome, okay? And if these are the questions which come at the end of the exam when you are probably very sleepy, so they can be a bit more difficult at that time, at that point of time, based on your mental condition, right? But if you are able to, it means you'll be able to solve these questions when you are solving one question, but that is not what we have to do. We have to think from the point of view of the exam, right? So when I was writing mock tests, what I used to do, so suppose I have a slot, so your exam will be happening from, let's say for example, 2 to 5. So I used to practice a lot of mocks from the period 2 to 5, but what I used to do is I also used to practice some of the mocks in the evening time, let's say at night, say from 8 to 11, when I'm going to be sleepy, because you don't know what kind of mental state you'll be on the day of the exam, right? So you have to try all your mocks in different conditions of the different time of the day, after eating, before eating, right? Because you can never predict what is going to happen on the day of the exam. So I also wrote some of the mocks when I was actually sleepy, right? To see if my accuracy goes down or if I'm able to solve the questions quickly, right? You also can try that. So let's look at the question now. Who likes amber color? Amber, F, right? Straightforward. So here's amber, F. So like I said, once you have the table, these questions are just a formality. How many days are there in between archery and river boarding? So I have archery on a Friday, river boarding on a Tuesday. So how many days are there in between Wednesday and Thursday? So 2 days. So look at the options, alright. They haven't given the options in the alphabetical order. They have randomly given the options. So take care of the option as well, marking the option. G likes to play which of the following games? G, where's G? G likes cycling or boxing. So this is one way of telling that you have definitely solved the question correctly. You have definitely got the table correct. Okay, the reason being they'll always give such question wherein the answer will be cannot be determined, right? So you have to be sure, yes, so I have got the table correct, because even I got G cannot be determined, right? Which game does G play cannot be determined. So this is one way of telling, okay, so I'm confident my table is correct. I have not made any mistake. Who participated in the game on Tuesday? So where's Tuesday A, river boarding. Alright, so A is option D. Remember that they have not given in alphabetical order. Which game will be played in between archery and throw ball? So archery is on Friday, throw ball is on Sunday. So which game is being played on Saturday? Rock climbing. All right. Simple. I agree. Means you need a lot of patience for this kind of questions. They are not at all difficult. And that's it for this question. Do ask if you have any doubts in the comment section below. Also subscribe to the channel for more such content, and do follow our Telegram channel as well, because we post a lot of questions and a lot of discussion takes place over there. So do join our Telegram channel as well.